On the story, let us now cross to Iviwe Poti in Port Elizabeth for the latest on the impact of the bus strike in the Nelson Mandela Bay. Iviwe, Sawubona Sisi, talk to us about the situation this morning. I see there are still queues behind you.
Molopalesa, yeah, it's quite, it's still impacting a lot on people. People have come out in their numbers, rushing in the mornings, just to make sure that they do get, space in a taxi to make it on time for work. You remember that in Port Elizabeth, the situation is more of you have to, if you come from the townships, you have to move to town to connect in another taxi to go to your various areas that you're going to. You don't normally get a taxi that runs one route, for example, maybe to Summerstrand or Lorraine or Rowellen Park. And those are majority of the areas where you'll find your domestic workers and also your schools in your suburbs here in Port Elizabeth. So that's one of the main problems that people have been complaining about in terms of the financial implications when you look at the taxi strike. A lot of the people that we've spoken to, are very considerate to the plight of the bus drivers, saying that it is a difficult situation when they look at the minimum wage that has been out in the media. Obviously, a lot of people didn't know that, your bus drivers are earning around about 6,000 Rand a month and, all the working conditions that people have to go through. But a lot of the people are actually saying now that, it's time that the unions as well as the employer come to an agreement because it's affecting them hectically. I'm going to ask Nomhle to pan just to show you in terms of the taxi rank where we are, KwaMaxaki, where a lot of people are actually this morning trying to make their way to work. As you can see, there's not a lot of taxis here, Palesa, so people try to come out very early in the mornings. And here in Nelson Mandela Bay, the situation is we have one bus company, which is Algoa Bay, and they employ about 500 people, 500 drivers that then, serve and make a big difference on our roads in terms of delivery and driving buses around the areas to make sure that people are on work at time. And these buses, Palesa, are generally never late in terms of time, and it's easier because you know what time you'll get to work. So I think more than anything, people are frustrated in terms of getting to work on time and as well as the financial implications.
All right, Iviwe, we'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much to our reporter there, Iviwe Poti, live from the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, updating us on the impact of the bus driver strike.